me just put out some announcements, let folks know that we are going. Take announcements from this channel, and toss them up over here. Alright, we're gonna do this lab here. Put it over here. Let's get things started off with the bean here. This one's appropriate.
Gaming is having a ridiculously huge TV in a tiny one-room apartment. Staying up till 3 a.m. to earn a trophy that isn't real.
But is.
But is.
I love that. I really wish they had kept him on as the representative for Sony. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, so it is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. So let's take a look at the achievements, the new achievement sets that have been put out in the last week, starting from the 16th. And I'm going to toss on some music because I just feel like my voice by myself is just not going to do it. So, let's see, we did Wild Arms last time. We could do some Armored Core this time. Because that's what I've been playing. There we go. We'll just keep that nice and low. Let me know if that's, hopefully that's not a problem to hear my voice so fat. Should be kept pretty quiet. I think this one's a little distracting. Let's just keep this one on repeat. Maybe? Yeah, this is a good one. This is from Armored Core 5. Alright. So to start with, we're looking for starting with August 16th, and we were talking last week about Hot Shots Golf, Fighter's Destiny. Those were discussed last time. So, and we also talked about the Wizardry games on. That's still a little bit loud. Wizardry games on Game Boy. This one looks like it was a revision, so that was coming out. And then Mega Man and Bass on Game Boy Advance got another revision. This one's often considered one of the hardest of the Mega Man games, and we were watching. Somebody was playing this earlier this week. They mentioned that apparently they used a lot of the same resources that were put together for Mega Man 8 when they made Mega Man Bass, which is kind of Mega Man 9. So got quite a lot of can play as either Mega Man or Bass in this one. Yeah, it's quite a large set here. Got 74 achievements worth 671 points. This is the Game Boy Advance port of that one, so that's pretty neat. Then we got, I think we mentioned this one last time. Is this a revision? No, I guess we maybe should have started on the 17th. Anyway, but here's this other shoot 'em up. It's kind of side scroller on the links. Hey there, Knocker. Welcome in. And welcome in, Slippy. Let me give you guys some shoutouts. Here's Slippy playing... This looks like a Shining game. Slippy's doing some weird stuff there. Okay. Little uncomfortable there. Okay, and let me give Knocker a shout out here as well. Yeah. Anywho, and we should probably give Scanlines in general a shout out. This is a Scanline Heroes show. We're doing it just solo on my channel today because Saiyan had a really long day today. Hopefully his work schedule has been pretty bad the last couple weeks, so hopefully that will get better. Wow, that was a short clip, Knocker. Here's Saiyan playing some Snow Bros, I think, on Scanlines. Anywho, getting back to it. So there's this one, Dirty Larry, Renegade Cop on Atari Lynx. I think this was. I think we also talked about this one last week. So let's go back over to Kirby's Toy Box. Kirby no Omocha Bako, which is Toy Box. It's interesting. So Kirby's had a lot of sort of spin-off games over the years. This one looks like Arkanoid. This might be just a minigame set. Okay, so you got baseball. Kirby twice in a single pitch. Oh, that's mean. You won't see that at the World Series. Nice. Hitting King Day 5 times in a single life. Okay, so there's a pinball game. So there's a separate whole pinball game in on Game Boy Color, I think, or Game Boy, and that I played. That's got a set. But this is a game within the game, I guess. So they've got pinball, they've got baseball, they've got like an Arkanoid game. What else they got in here? Was a set of mini games that you could play via Super Famicom satellite add-on. Oh, interesting. Okay. Starbreak. Starbreak might be like might be the Arkanoid, because I think there's also a game called Breakout, which was an Arkanoid game of a kind. Yeah, round and round ball. So that might be kind of interesting. If we can get it to work. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that into the list of interesting things to check out for our reviewers roundtable at some point. Where is that? Here we go. What else we got here? Space Squash on Virtual Boy. 50 multiplier one got demoted. Skip. So Virtual Boy is an interesting system. Kind of a failure. I've not tried to emulate this at all, so I don't know how well or poorly it goes. I've seen a lot of people playing there's a Wario game on here, and there's a really good Panic Bomber game, apparently, from what I understand. Back in Sears when it was up. Mario Clash is cool. So, I mean, it had some good games, but it was just a kind of a clunky system, and I think it made people sick to play with the goggles that you wore on the system for 3D of the way that they were doing 3D at the time. It was just kind of gimmicky, kind of fatty, but whatever. Might be worth checking out at some point. I don't know anything about this one though. So this one, clear areas, hit 10 targets. Opponents. So it looks like this might be a shooter, kind of like a Time Crisis or something. Let's see. Space Squash Virtual Boy gameplay. And you know what? I'm going to add an audio catch today on this one. So this is a Brave review audio. Yes. Windows same executable. There we go. So let's see. Wario Land is pretty good from what I've heard. Wario Tennis like 2 other good games. People like Jack Bros, Panic Bomber, etc., but none of them have anything to do with 3D virtual reality. Just a widescreen Game Boy that was made to look like VR. Changed palette to black and white. The games were fantastic looking. Interesting. Let's see. So this is a little weird because you're getting double vision. Oh, huh. Oh, I see. Squash like the game Squash. I see. So it's like it's kind of like tennis, but with a front view and like in a 3D space. I've never actually played squash, so I don't know. It kind of gives me some Space Harrier vibes. Might be worth checking out. I don't think I'll put that on RR, but might be worth checking out sometime. Yeah, Virtual Boy is an interesting library. I should probably check out sometime. Then we got another Umihara Kawase game on DS that got a set. I'm guessing this one plays a lot like the one on Super Nintendo. We watched Foxy batch this one. Really interesting, very unique game. Hey, Kitsune. And with the tiny kanji as usual. Let's see. Oh, that's just Umihara Kawase. I recognize Kawa and Umi. Welcome in, Kitsune. There's a shout out for you. Ah, okay, so it's a collection. So it's the original Shun and Shun Second Edition all combined into one. Okay. Very cool. Quite a large set. Quite a large set. So I'm guessing it probably has some of the same things from the other games. Perhaps they've put it together, sort of like they do for the Mega Man X collection. Yep, 195 achievements. Mr. Destructoid. Alright, that's cool. We got Kirby's Toy Box again. Another, that's probably just that revision you were talking about. The 50 point thing. Got Solar Striker. My voice is going a little bit. Solar Striker on Game Boy, which looks like a shooter. Yep, shoot 'em up. Level 5, level 6, beat the game. So like 7 levels. That might be a pretty quick one. So it might be good for a quick game. Maybe for like one of our Challenge Arena games, perhaps. Let's put that on the RR list for later, perhaps. SCG only has one rule: get 1 CC. Yeah. 1 CC or 1 LC. I know with a lot of games like Gradius, if you don't die, it's easier. I mean, it's hard not to die, but it's a little bit easier if you don't die. Here we got a prototype game. So I'm guessing a prototype game is a game that was just unreleased originally, that's since been released because somebody found a ROM of it somewhere. Not sure if we would count these as quite the same as like hacks or homebrews, but obviously the company that created it felt that it was not complete or not up to standards. Hey, Wolfie, welcome in, sir. Let's give you a shout out. We are doing RA review, as promised. Oh, it's the same clip from earlier. So currently we're looking at this Sonic Edgy-Soft. A frog, a wolf, and a fox walk into a bar. Indeed. 3 shoutouts today. Let's see. You unlocked and explored past the second gate. Let's go through the balloon minigame. Sonic speed selected the option. Beat any event without triggering the countdown music. Every stage in a single session on complete. On complex with Sonic speed. Spell Shadow's favorite word incorrectly on the player 1 initial screen in the options menu. Interesting. Guessing that's like an edutainment game of some kind. That might be worth a lark. Just on a more WTF type of day. I was looking at this one earlier, thinking this would be fun to do as like a team up achievement hunting at some point. So here's a King of Dragons, which is a beat 'em up by Capcom, and I hadn't heard of this one before, but it's apparently similar to Knights of the Round and had an arcade version as well. So this could be interesting. Shots all around on the Fox's account. Still need to go back. Precursor to Knight, so if the other round in the D&D games. Interesting. Yeah. Minotaur, Orc King, Giant Spiders, Blue Wyvern, Twin Cyclops. Yeah, very, very fantasy. Very much a fantasy game. This looks like it could be a lot of fun for just doing like a team up RA grind or something with someone. This is on SNES and arcade. Looks like the arcade has a set too, so that'd be kind of cool. And this one was okay. So that was a revision. So that one's had a set, but it's got revised. Ooh, another pinball game. Wolf walks out of the bar alone. Wicked little fat. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. I don't know if foxes like to eat frogs though. Let's see. I have no idea how good or bad the Sonic pinball would be, because I think there's probably a Sonic pinball on Genesis, I think. So this is just a GBA one. Let's see, got a hack, got a homebrew, game and watch. So these are usually minigame games. Very, very short set. Oh, it's really just score. I ate reindeer, so nothing is safe. Rudolph not so happy now, is he? So that's kind of cool. Eternal Eyes. I've not seen this one before. It's a tactical RPG, strategy tactical RPG on PlayStation from Sunsoft. Sunsoft usually is pretty interesting. dealing only physical damage. So basically like a no magic achievement. That's a little bit interesting to have in an RPG. Have no way to gauge if that's a good achievement or not. Not having played the game. And grinding, level grinding. I feel like level grinding isn't really, oh wait, is it 0? Oh wait, these are all zeroed out. Hey, Knocker, as the resident expert, does this mean that the set got, like, unapproved or removed? Looks like people achieved it. Says it's currently worth 0. Is that just something that gets determined later? Oh, I see. I see. Got it. But that might be worth checking out. Yet another tactical RPG on PlayStation there. Got Cool Spot, which got a revision. So I want to say I think Stark was talking that he had was talking about this one having badged it before. So it was apparently not one of his favorite sets. But I have heard I played the PC, the like MS-DOS version of this game, and it was pretty okay as a kid. It's supposed to be pretty good. Watched him do the revision and he wasn't happy. Ooh. I don't know if this set's any good, but the game is supposed to be pretty good. Really don't know what about it would make it really annoying. You enter the debug code. Enabling cheats disables most achievements. Okay. Unicola is not uncool. Cosmic loves Cool Spot, but it's a very average game at best, in your opinion. True Points is heavily inspired by True Achievements, which calculates the accurate gamer score for Xbox players. Cosmic has a new fave game now. Is that Baldur's Gate 3? Let's see. Actually, I thought his favorite game was Cheeky Cheeky. Alright, we got Under the Skin. Capcom game. Action adventure. Without transferring back into your alien form? Okay. This is sounding kind of like Destroy All Humans. Let's see. Under the Skin, PS2 gameplay. Play as aliens pulling pranks on people. That's, oh wow. Wow, that's loud. Let's turn that down.
But the planet our young Cosme is headed toward is the one.
Oh, just take a little look over there.
This just in. Early this morning, a mysterious craft collided with satellite have already caused.
Already prepared arrival for you.
Have deemed the craft.
Arrival here is to take advantage.
Looks very whimsical. Very much, maybe kind of sort of like, Destroy All Humans or Katamari Damacy. Wow. This looks like it could be fun. It's very, that animation, man. could be fun. Hey, Deactivated Styles, welcome in, man. I'll give you a shout out here. It was a pre-batch before, but now it got revised. Now it's pretty rough. Huh? Are you talking, when you said it's a pre-batch before, are you talking about Cool Spot, or are you talking about Under the Skin? This one looks like it'd be kind of fun. Unfortunately, it's PS2, so we can't put that on the RR table just yet. Maybe next year. Oh, both, huh? Anyway, that one looks like a pretty fun game. Is there any organization behind the entries on the list you're browsing? Yes, so this is the retroachievements.org group. They do new sets, and we're just looking at what new sets have come out over the week. I've got it sorted by when the thing was completed. It is a little bit jumbled in as much as we've got new sets mixed with revisions, mixed with homebrew and hack sets, or sets for homebrew games and hacks. So I'm just kind of going through the list from last Wednesday to today, and just really hitting the main games we haven't talked about before that are not homebrews, not hacks. So where were we? 101 Explosive. I think that's what I just opened here. So here's one published by Atlas, developed by Nord Current, which I'm going to guess is a Scandinavian company. Quite a large set. And I'm going to guess this one's going to be a mini game collection on DS. Beat the target score, complete the puzzle, target score. This seems pretty straightforward. Collect 10 max value coins without collecting a single lesser value coin in inflation. Beat target score, score 10,000, with only flowers or trash. Target score. Achieve a completed status on all 101 games. That could be an interesting one. Unfortunately, DS I think is also too new to be considered retro, but that could be an interesting one to play. All right, so we did Under the Skin into that one. Tales of Fantasia. I think we've seen this one come up a few times. This one's another revision on that list. Last time I looked at this list, it was pretty straightforward. I don't know what the changes are. Really just collecting things and making sure you see all the scenes with different characters. Oh, they didn't have a beat the game achievement? That seems like pretty basic. Oh well. Quite a lot of achievements, worth quite a bit. Wolfie, I'm just referring to our roundtable review. I think Slippy and Foxy have kind of said, it has to be older than such a thing, and really, like, it goes up to PlayStation 1 generation, so no PS2, no DS, no etc. So I mean, whether it's retro or not, I think everything on here is old enough. Anything in retro achievements is probably old enough to be considered retro. They're not doing like PlayStation 3 games yet, I don't think. They've talked about it a little bit. They certainly have a lot of PS2 games. They certainly have a lot of I think they have Dreamcast and GameCube games. I think I've seen have sets. I think that might be as far as they go. They have DS sets. I don't think they have 3DS yet on here. Got Choo Choo Rocket. I think I've seen this one before. This is a puzzle game from Sega. On Dreamcast. Okay. Speaking of Dreamcast games. Dreamcast is modern gaming. Nothing happened after that. He says. So let's see. This is Choo Choo Rocket Dreamcast gameplay. I'll just kind of skip around here. So wait. How does this work? Oh, okay. So, okay. Interesting. So you have a bunch of little things that you have to get out. So it's kind of like Lemmings, except you're playing it on a top-down kind of board instead of a 2D platforming. Interesting. Well, that's cool. So that's kind of set. Get mice puzzles. Complete all puzzles. Looks like a pretty straightforward set. Team battle. Original puzzle. Looks like mostly just beating the regular game. It's pretty straightforward. You deploy your panels and let it run. You cannot interact. Oh, you cannot interact once you initiate. Okay. So, not like Lemmings in terms of the, that you can interact with things. You're supposed to... In Lemmings, a lot of the levels require you to interact with things while it's going before you let the Lemmings really into the area. But okay. But it has some elements of that, you know, getting your little dudes to escape. Alright, we got another wizardry game. Looks like this one was Japan only. Game Boy Color. So last week they had all the Game Boy ones. Defeat the ancient thing. Defeat the demon. Have a valiant in your party. Have an avenger in your party. Have a Musashi, Kunoichi. Oh, okay, Kunoichis. Fully map out cartography. Cool. I really want to give one of these a whirl. Either there's a NES one as well. They need a few lemons. I haven't really given the wizardry games much of a try myself. I think I played them as a little kid, and they were a little bit too complicated for me at the time. But now that I'm into, you know, Etrian Odyssey and Megami Tensei and all that stuff, I'd like to give that another try. I don't know if I want to give Ultima a try again. That series is the item system in particular is pretty bleh in that game. Very rough. But it was certainly deserves a place in the list of things of game development that led to other things. Here we've got Super Stock Car, which is probably a racing game. Looks like it's top down. Finish first place. Clear level 1, clear level 2, clear level 3. Using the Porsche 959. Using the Lotus. Complete any level without getting outside the track and spun out. Interesting. This could be fun. This is on the Amstrad, so this was a pretty old computer. Might be, some of these ones are a little bit difficult to get running in RetroArch. But, I don't know. Could be fun. Where else? Got some homebrews. We got Monsters Inc. on Game Boy Advance. It's an action game. Dun dun dun. Beat Ice Randall. First area. Beat a level hitless without using or collecting anything, except picking door pieces and using a container to unlock a yellow door. Interesting. No password, hard. Beat claws without taking a hit. From Natsume. So these are the American developers of Harvest Moon games after the split. They don't strike me as especially competent these days. I don't know how they were when the DS was kind of, or this is the Game Boy Advance. You can see what this one's about. GTA gameplay. Oblivious to Amstrad, Amiga, and ZX Spectrum. Yeah, I mean, they were much more popular in Europe. There was an NES Ultima I tried since I got a hold of the cart, one of my most hated games to even attempt playing. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, just to begin with, because it is an RPG, and it is very rough in terms of just all kinds of things that you wouldn't even think about because they've been ingrained in, quality of life concepts and features. Okay, so kind of a beat 'em up, kind of sort of a beat 'em up, kind of a 3D 2.5D platforming, beat 'em up. I don't know. Could be decent, could be shovelware. Amstrad was British. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Spectrum was almost Britain only too, right? ZX Spectrum. Tekken. There you go, for people who like Tekken. I don't really got into the Tekken series, but they are, they continue on, so they've been pretty successful. Finish story mode with different characters. It's kind of about what you would expect. Arrive at Red Eye and Starblade. So I'm guessing Starblade is probably like a mini game within the game. Kind of like you had, I think you had kind of a strategy, an RTS game inside of one of the Soul Calibur games, if I remember right. So it might be something along those lines. Customization items. Yeah. Gotta unlock all those different outfits. Mr. Sinclair. Yeah, was it Sinclair that did the Spectrum? Or was you're talking about a different system altogether called the Sinclair? Here we got a Donkey Kong set for Intellivision. Spectrum. Okay. Clear an area loop, then do it again without dying. Finish both areas without dying on speed 4. Hammer 4 ghosts in area 2 without dying. Area 1. Okay, so this is actually a pretty diverse set in terms of what it's asking you to do. Not a very large set. Only like 10 achievements. You could probably knock this out in 1 or 2 sessions. So, classic game. No idea how good or bad that port is. Let's see. Where were we? Fear Effect. I vaguely remember this one. I think this is kind of a shooter. Survival horror, action adventure. A few weeks ago, I saw Donkey Kong 3. Forgot it even exists. Donkey Kong Jr. is releasing. I think they had Donkey Kong Jr. on either for the arena or for the reviewers roundtable, um, like second or third week after I kind of started watching Scanlines. So that was like January, February this year, something like that. Um, anyway, so here we got Fear Effect on the PlayStation from Eidos, same folks who were doing well, let's see, that was the publisher, Chronos Digital. Okay, so I think Eidos were the guys that originally published the Tomb Raider games, among other things, but I think that was developed by Crystal Dynamics. Interesting. Finish the second disc. This one's also pretty diverse. Got a lot of stealth kill stuff. Get the different endings. Like the symbols puzzle. Jade Cocoon. I was actually watching a little review. There's a guy that does blah, was it any good? And he did Armored Core a couple months ago, and he did Jade Cocoon like several weeks ago. And it kind of it's kind of an interesting system, very Pokemon-esque. Well, maybe not quite Pokemon-esque, but you're like developing your own creatures, and there's a lot of customization options, things like that. That looked like something worth giving a try at some point. Though I think the way he described the overall story, it sounded kind of pretentious and very Chunibyo. Just I don't know, something middle schoolers would like. Here we got a Shining game. I know a few people out there really like the Shining games. I played Shining Force and I played Shining in the Darkness, and they're both very good. So I would definitely give this a shot at some point. This one's an action RPG. So maybe more along the lines of, well, no, I guess Shining Force is tactics RPG. Shining in the Darkness is a dungeon crawler RPG. So if it's an action RPG, it's something different altogether. Okay, so this one has a lot of dungeons, sounds like. Maybe this one's more like Zelda-esque. Dark Dragon. So it definitely is in the Shining series. Bum, bum, bum. A lot of collecting things, leveling things. There's also The Shining. I don't know if there's a game for that one. I don't think I'd want to play it if there was. Red Rum. Anyway, this one looks interesting. Take a look at Shining Soul. GBA. Oh, interesting. So actually, maybe more like Diablo than Zelda. Got that kind of isometric view to it. So maybe kind of like Bastion would be a more recent game in this style, or Hades. Don't know if the dungeons are randomly generated or not. But that could be an interesting game to give a shot. Shining Soul. All modern and no retro make Baron a dull boy. What have I been playing lately that's modern? I've been playing Armored Core and Freedom Unite. Feels like it's worth a look. Yeah. Just ignores the ladder and walks in whole. 10 of 10 game design. Oh, hey, look. The GBA is Diablo. Okay. Interesting. So Shining Soul might be interesting to check out. Might be a little bit too involved for Reviewers Roundtable, but I don't know. Time for some Panic Restaurant. And if you complain about Shining Soul, you must call it Whining Soul. Boo. Okay, so we were doing Shining Soul. Next up is Ginga Ojo-sama Densetsu. That's Legend of the rich young lady of space, or Galaxy young lady Legend of. All Shining after Shining Force 3 can F off, Slippy says. I mean, I don't know. I like I said, I haven't really dived deep into the Shining game, so I don't have any strong opinions one way or the other. I always kind of prefer games that were made by the original teams, and then I treat games that are like remakes as kind of just taking the skin of the IP and not really being fan fiction, you know? So like, you could talk about the God of War Ragnarok versus the first 3 God of War games. You could talk about Final Fantasy X and forward compared to Final Fantasy 1 through 8, or 1 through 9. I think 9 is kind of where the last of the original team kind of said goodbye to Square. Level 5, I think, is the group that took over the Dragon Quest series from 8 onward. That compared to 7 and before. Shining Force 3 is the last game by the OG team. After that, that's all just Spirit of games. Like a long run series, it's usually worth having some other styles and formats to enrich the series rather than simply regurgitating the same formula ad nauseum. Pocket monsters. I mean, you got Pokemon Pinball, you got Pokemon trading card game, which a lot of people like more than the main series. You got actually physically throwing out balls to catch and using tools to catch Pokemon instead of like fighting them in the way the original Game Boy games had it. You got Pokemon Snap. Anyway, so what kind of game is this? This is a visual novel with mini games. Okay, and this is for PCFX. Now, I think I talked about this one a little bit ago, but the PCFX is kind of like the end of the NEC consoles. And they made the PC Engine, and then they made the PC FX way kind of after. So you have the PC Engine with the Super CD and all that, and then the FX came a little bit after that, and only really got like a handful of games. Really interesting system, basically designed for shooters. I really haven't gotten around to trying any of the games on it, but I think it was kind of a financial failure. Oh yeah, don't forget Pokemon Detective. Detective Pikachu was a great game. The movie, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is great no matter what, but the main character dude was the main actor in that was left a lot to be desired. It was kind of cringy. It was fun. But whatever. Good kids movie, I suppose. Complete the card game. Speed attack, picture puzzle game, spaceship game. Okay, so it's a visual novel with some mini games, as it says. I don't know if we're Well, we could go give this a look. Do YouTube. That one, BCFX. Gameplay. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a lot of talking and decision making, because that's the that's the meat and potatoes of visual novels. Is just read it and then decide what your character is gonna do. Oh, they got mechas. Barrier. Some other things. So you might actually have some more responses here than just like, you know, say this thing, say that thing. Might be more like some of the FMV games where you have different options to attack or defend. I don't know. Doesn't really super interest me that much. Recognize this game, but never notice gameplay. Get with the program, mate. I mean, I vaguely recognize some of those kanji, but I don't know them off the top of my head. Sorry. I'm playing some more Japanese games and expanding my vocabulary, but it's probably not my main priority right now. Here we have an Alex Kidd game. I want to say Oaz really likes this series. I haven't really played anything in this series too far. I think I tried playing one of them and it crashed my RetroArch. So I was like, next thing in the list. Scorpion Desert. Kitsune just got Alex Kidd on Mega Drive. Wolfie says, Meat and Potatoes would be a great name for a buddy cop show. Meet the rookie full of vigor and keen to catch the bad guys teaming up with potatoes. The seen it, done it, wise and detective. Hey Moody, thank you for the lurk. Let me give you a shout out here. Hitbox is awful. This game is pretty trash. Looks like Moody was playing. Oh wow, that's not creepy at all. No, not at all. This looks like some nun or something, or what do you call those? The folding the doll things, Russian doll things. Anyway, set was super small, and now the set is 4 times the size of what it was. I guess one of the RA devs must love this game. We should get Oaz into RA stuff and have him give it a go. We got a 2D fighting game. Looks very anime. Got to perform some moves, get it perfect. Finish story mode with different characters. Create a pentagram. Successfully parry. Fill your super meter. Okay, so basically, play the game and accomplish different things in the game. That's pretty cool. It's cool that they have that in the set. This might be one for Zakuro or for Slippy or Saiyan, because it is a 2D fighter. Arcana Heart on PS2. Nesting dolls. Yes, nesting dolls. That's what we were talking about. Okay. Dog's Life. I take it you play a dog. If I die before I wake, feed Jake. You here with Taco Bell. Looks like you play a bunch of mini games against other dogs. Might be a good game for dog lovers. Probably very cute. My nieces would probably approve. Return all of Pianist's wigs to him and collect your reward. Without Skin the Blues. This is quite a lot. Collect all the 145 bones in the game. Interesting. Let's see what this one's like. Dog's Life. PS2 gameplay. $100% playthrough. Somebody put 100% playthrough on this.
To the top of the hill.
Oh, brother. People are so insensitive. But I need to...
Good boy, Jake.
A bone.
Okay, so it's kind of like a collectathon 3D platformer. Kind of, sort of. You can 100% it in 20 minutes, apparently. Definitely a bargain bin game. Just shoot you. My official review of this game. Tagline for this game is 999 problems, but a female dog ain't one. Sign me up, Wolfie says. Wizardry Empire, we already talked about that. Looks like it was just a revision there. Another Tekken 5 revision. Sounds like my brother got on. Lawnmower Man. So I saw a movie called The Lawnmower Man that was I can't even remember what the plot was. I remember it was like really confusing. And I probably shouldn't have seen it at the age I was, because I think it was kind of gory, but I don't really remember much else about it. But I'm guessing this is a game based on that movie. Lawnmower Man. It's a dumb dude that gets experimented on and becomes super smart. Okay. Wouldn't mind some Chivos for some crappy FMV games. Only a brave soldier should take this one. Okay, so it's considered an FMV game. So it's probably got like clips from the movie in it. Action interactive movie. Okay. Maybe something to suggest to Master Welch, for his FMV Fridays. I don't think I'm going to touch that one even with a stick. Never bothered to look into it. Titular character was a dumb lawnmower man or gardener. I see. That's a pretty anywho, we got Soulstar X on 32X, which is apparently a prototype. Looks like a shoot 'em up, third-person shooter. Very basic set. Just score. Crash the game. Reach the end of the prototype and crash the game. Use up all your missiles. 40-0. I mean, that would be pretty easy to badge. Might be worth a look just to see what they were going for. But obviously unfinished game. We got East 3. I'm pretty sure this one had a set, so this is just a revision. We've played this one on Reviewers Roundtable. At least we've played the which version was I playing? I think I played the PCE version. Maybe? No. I tried the Mega Drive version. The Mega Drive version has an awful translation. It's done by Renovation, I think, are the guys who brought it over. This one was Marvelous Interactive, which is interesting. So the original developers of Harvest Moon, who now do ninja games with exploding clothing. But they did Ease on NES. So this is probably one of the late era games on NES. Really great game. Just in terms of gameplay, good game on PC 88, good game on PC 98, good game probably on PC Engine, good game on Mega Drive if you can get past the translation, and supposedly the Super Nintendo version is the easiest, but also the best implementation, from what some people say. Western-made licensed games are generally trash, so I don't waste my time. That's fair. There's a lot of shovelware out there. So, yeah. And then we got some subsets here of Tekken 5 got a subset, and Pac-Man got a subset. And this one recently got a revision, so it's probably just a revision of what's here. Interesting. Never been big on Pac-Man, but there you go. If you like Pac-Man, you got a subset, so you can do the main set and then patch your game, and then go for the subset here. What the heck's going on there? Huh. Anyway, it's Pac-Man. East is so odd. I want to try the third one. The Dreamcast one got a super high ratio. Interesting. Ease is very it does stand out quite a bit, I think, from a lot of other series, and they really evolve over time. And that is a series where the original team is long gone. So it is kind of one of those series we were talking about earlier, that where different people come in and it's really basically a different series. But I actually kind of like the newer team quite a bit. I am always excited to see what they're going to do in the next game. So I haven't even played Ease 8 and Ease 9 yet, but I'm looking forward to cracking those someday. Yeah, and I got I tried Ease 7. That one was a little bit disappointing, but the remake for the remake of Ease 3, which is Oath and Felghana, is like one of my favorite games of all time. So would highly recommend it, and it is from the newer team rather than the original team. Ease 1 and Ease 2 are still good games. Ease 3 is interesting. I don't like it quite as much because it's basically a platformer. But anywho, this is the RE review, not the Mets fanboying for Falcom. So I'll move on. Dun, dun, dun. You need to ease into it. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's go see what everybody's been doing. I've obviously been doing Armored Core, a lot of Picross, and then I've played a few games here and there. Nothing much to talk about there. Kitsune leaves. Get out. Okay, so let's go for the weekly here. And Sark, as usual, is run the board. Cassie's up there. Chrono's up there. Brev is up there. Manny's up there. Let's look primarily at our kind of Scanlines community here. Got Foxy, we've got Knocker. Mame has been busy. That's interesting. Let's see. Cosmic has been doing Magical Drop. That is our challenge game of the week, which I need to do at some point. Cheeky. He has not badged it yet. Come on, man. This is your favorite game. Get on it, Cosmic. Gotta badge it. I'm playing some Paperboy. That goes back to before last week, though. So, probably been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, I imagine, as well. Cassie found another franchise to farm free points with. I saw she was doing a lot of the Bomberman series. That is a good series. I need to get on that series as well. It's very much its own game and quite fun. So Foxy's been doing Road Trip. Umihara Kawase Shun. Okay, so he started the PlayStation one. That's cool. Final Fantasy V he's talked about on stream. And of course Star Fox 64 is what we've been watching him do. Harvest Moon on Game Boy. That's probably a pretty good relaxed one. Hopefully he's on the winter ones now. Keep him cool. Not enough Saturn, he says. You need more Bulk Slash, huh? Everybody's got to go do the Bulk Slash set. Get on it. That's actually a pretty cool game. I was watching Sark play that one. Knocker, Badged Panic Restaurant. That is our review game for the week. So I don't know if I'd be able to badge it within the week, but definitely I do want to give this one a try. I need to set aside some time for that. Dracula X, Rondo of Blood. That is a classic one. That is a lot of people's favorite of the series. Mega Man X Collection. I think I caught you playing this one on stream a while ago. Hopefully you'll stream some more, because that was some good times. Kicking butt on Rockman X. That fork one had you annoyed for hours. Forking about. Defeat Microwave Mick with a fork. Interesting. And then go back. Did Earthworm Jim on Mega Drive. The original is pretty good. And we badged Friendship Makers last week. What the fork is this anyway? And then Mame has been playing more of that Super Boss collection you're seeing. Some Umihara. Some Video Pinball on Atari. I couldn't get this one to work. I tried this one a while ago. Couldn't get it to work. It was pushing the wrong buttons or something. Star Fox. That is a really difficult one. But that's cool. Let's see. RVK is on here. BCG. Manny. We'll take a look at Cassie, and it's not hit up hardcore as well here. RVK's been doing Super Mario All-Stars. World 3 clear, World 2 clear. So he's been playing the Lost Levels, looks like. Dragon View. I've not heard of that one. Pocket Rocky. VCG still ain't badging Holy Diver. Dio does it pretty well. So we've got Dragon View, which is action RPG. So it looks kind of like a beat 'em up. From Kimco. Some Damageless set here. Damageless stuff. That looks like it could be kind of interesting. That was RPK playing that one. BCG has been doing Uzibox games. And television. Oh, he was doing that Donkey Kong game. Interesting. We were just looking at that new set that came out. And some more of the Uzibox stuff. So last week, just as a kind of a review of the review, last week we looked and saw a ton of Uzibox games got sets. Like they were having a whole, basically, event around that. So that was kind of interesting. And Uzibox is kind of this neo-retro by developers for developers kind of system. So I don't know, kind of interesting if you want to play games that are sort of like the old arcade games. Dragon View got a Steam port. Interesting. He played Oscar Under My Nose. I haven't played Oscar in forever. Lots of eaten inputs down in the Midnight Sea. Got most of the whole Diver down okay, because most of it isn't bad. But that late part of the solo is going to be a while to sort out cleanly. Oh, see, Kitsune's talking about... I see. You're talking about playing the song. So it looks like Manny has been playing that Super Boss collection as well, that Mame was also working on. And he's big on Pokemon games and Mega Man. So... Oh, Mega Man on Game Gear? I didn't realize there was a Mega Man on Game Gear. Interesting. Blockbuster on Supervision. Da da da. Hellfire Saga. That was that one hack with Sonic and Castlevania stuff, among other things, and Animal Crossing. I think I caught him playing Animal Crossing on stream quite a bit. There's a Hot Wheels game on 64. Interesting. on the 101 Explosive Mega Mix. So yeah, I think he watches retro achievements for new sets too. Tries them out. And then Cassie playing Boxy, Adventures of Lolo, Bomberman, DDR. This is Atomic Punk is Bomberman, Dino Blaster, Bomber Boy. Mega Man Game Gear is trash because it was developed by US Gold. It's trash because it's an incomplete beta port. Ah. Wario Blast, which is actually a Bomberman game. Yeah. So a lot of the Game Boy Bombermans. I've heard a lot of good things about these games. So I've been meaning to try those out since I watched there's like a documentary on the different Bomberman games. Trying to sort out any kind of timeline of what is the canon, what is the actual events in the Bomberman storyline, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, who created Bomberman, is Bomberman just like is there a race of Bombermen, all these questions about that universe. It's worse than Zelda in terms of that, but some pretty good games all the same. Here we got Hardcore, who's been playing the Wizardry games. AD&D, Double Dragon, Dragon Quest 2, and he badged Dragon Quest 1. I was watching him on stream when he did that, so that's pretty cool. Captain America: The Avengers. This was our monthly melee for July, I think, was to beat that game. One of many. Army of Distance. I gotta play the more the Metroidvania DS and Game Boy Advance Castlevania games at some point. Those are good games. Battletoads, Streets of Rage. He's been very busy. All right. Anybody you guys want to check out in terms of other? Oh, here's Rockstar Lexi as well. I don't know. Kitsune, do you have? I think I might have asked this last RA review. Do you have a RA? I could list you and talk about what you've been playing on these shows. So Lexi's been playing Advance 2. Oh, and she gave Edgesoft a try. That's interesting. Sonic Advance. You play all your stuff on real hardware. Ah, yes. Kitsune is the hardware snob. Yes, indeed. Didn't even check out my RA. Troy thought it would be easy. Yeah, I remember Sark was talking about hoping not to get Sonic Advance from Lexi, because Lexi was buying a bunch of bits the other day. So yeah, Wolfie, you're not even in my list of things that for the last week. But I think I am following you. Let's see here. Go all time. Hope they don't crash the site or anything. I'm at the very bottom for all time. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Wait, how am I ahead of hardcore? Doesn't make any sense to me. Here's Saiyan, here's Wolf. I found you on here. Looks like you've been playing Wrecking Crew. And Crew Ball, which doesn't have a set yet, unfortunately. And James Pond. Yeah, I was watching you play James Pond last week, I think. So that's cool. Ian is above me, I can't have that. Yeah, Ian's been playing. He played some Freedom Unite with me. I'm surprised he didn't get any achievements out of that. I thought we had finished 1-star. We finished his 1-star Gathering Hall quests. Maybe not. Paper Boy, Star Soldier, Silver Surfer. Oh, he gave Silver Surfer a try. Respect, but also like cringe. Metal Storm, that's a good one. He's got some Metal Storm Chivos. Cool. Jaws. He was going for he was talking about badging this one. That will change for next week. Are you gonna go for you're gonna finish out the series? Do all of them have sets? Three of them have sets. 1, 2, and Super James Bond on Super Nintendo. Yeah. All right. Well. Knocker did Super James Bond. How's that set? What's the point of learning to repair the hardware if I don't play them? That's fair. It was a not so hard 6-hour badge. So it sounds tedious, maybe. I'm gonna do some Dreamcast games until I get a new handheld. Oh, cool. I will look forward to that, sir. Game is just boring and long. Yeah, I think tedious is the word for that. Boring and long. Or as Kitsune would have me say, tsumaranai mono. Or what was the other thing? I forget the other word, but there's another word for like really boring in Japanese. Anyway, tsumaranai is boring. Is that omoshimenai mono jan kusai? I have to look that one up. Something stinky, or smells like something. Mendokusai. Mendo. That's right. Mendo is the other. It's a real hassle. So I think that's probably Mendokusai. Yeah, it's a trouble. It's a bother. Slippy is stinky, but that's beside the point. Well, kusai is like a smell, right? So Mendo kusai is literally like, it smells like a bother. It smells like it's going to be a bother. Right? Oh, I see. Instead of omo, that's tano for tanoshi, but it's tamoshine. Tamoshimenai mono-jan? It's not a fun thing. Gonna badge Armored Core after all. Yeah, I'm working on it. I got the last one I need to do is the damageless Raven test is the last one, and then I can start on to Project Phantasm or Phantasma or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna be doing later tonight. I think I'm going to do a raid here and stop streaming for a little bit. Go take care of a few chores and then come back and do some more Armored Core. That's my plans for the night's gents. So let's find a raid target here. Thanks everybody for coming out for the RA review show. Very much appreciate you all. Kitsune, Knocker, Wolfie, Slippy. I think Cosmic was in here earlier. Really appreciate you guys. And sorry that Sane couldn't make it today. He was apparently up at 5 a.m. today, so let's let him get his beauty sleep. Let's see. Who is going right now? I think I was watching Eevee earlier. Oh, Sark, Frank, and Troy? Let's go raid Sark. Sark's good peoples. Oh yeah. Okay, it's just blended in with all the other stuff. Let's raid Sark. We will see you guys out with for Kitsune, go play some Saturn.
Santa-san, スケボーちょうだい。私ぬいぐるみちょうだいちょうだい。
Go play some Saturn, folks. Alright, have a great night. Alright, looks like raid went through.